You're on mute.
Yes, I will send her a text real quick. See if she's able to get on.
If not, you have a city commissioner on here who could take it. Commissioner Constantine.
Yes, I'm here.
Can anybody see me?
I can.
Okay, I don't see myself, so I was wondering.
You won't see yourself, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
So you can just turn off your video though.
Donna will be right here. She forgot. She got caught up on another Zoom meeting and
Jeff,
Yes.
you need to mute yourself and turn off your video. Unless you're talking.
He can leave his video on if you want to.
yeah.
It's kind of nice to see everybody.
You have to look at my funky peacock.
It's really cool. I love it. Where did you find that?
I made it. It's painted and quilted on fabric.
Oh, Shelley, it's lovely.
He's my funky peacock.
Yeah, so clever. Oh my gosh.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi.
Am I leaving? Can we go?
Yeah, bye. Have a good day.
See you tomorrow.
It shouldn't be too much longer. We're just waiting for Donna. She had a couple of things this afternoon, and so she's trying to get right on.
And for those of you, I guess, that don't know, Commissioner Renda is retiring from the city of Clovis. So, of course, he's been the chair, and the commission will appoint a replacement once we have a new commissioner.
Hello, Donna. Can you? Donna is having some technical difficulties with her computer. When she tries to unmute herself, it unmutes and then it goes right back to mute. So she's going to try to power up her other laptop and try to sign back on in just a moment. So if we can give her just a couple more minutes, is everybody okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine. I was just gonna say you can also tell her she can call in like with audio.
Yes, and I did mention that to her as well. I think she would really like to be able to see the committee. So, but she's working on a solution now. Okay, Donna, we can see your picture on there now. Are you able to unmute yourself?
How's that?
There you are. Yes, ma'am. We can
Great.
see
Well, I don't know where I
you.
am because I can't see me. So let's get started. I'm so sorry for the delay here. I was on another Zoom call and I forgot all about it. So calling to order. And the time is 4:11. That's, whoops, wait a minute, is it 4:11 or 3:11?
3:11.
3:11. My company
Yes,
is
ma'am.
3:11. And so Barbara, would you proceed with the roll call?
Donna Labatt,
Here?
Constance Williams,
Present.
Shelley Wynn,
Here.
Terry Potter,
I'm here.
Melinda Coslet,
Here.
Jeff Green,
Here,
David Brasenio,
Yeah, I'm here.
Donna. We do have a quorum.
Okay, great. So with that, have we had a chance to review the previous minutes from September 10th? And does anyone have any changes that they would like to make to those minutes?
No changes here.
No changes? All right, no changes. Do I have a motion to accept the minutes then as written?
I move we accept the minutes as written.
Okay, Melinda has moved. Is there a second?
I'll second.
And the second came from
Shelley.
Shelley. Shelley Wynn has made the second. So all those in favor say aye.
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 And any opposed?
aye.
Okay, I don't hear any opposed. So the minutes are approved as written. So let's go into what we really want to hear about, which is the Hillcrest Senior Center. So Claire, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Good afternoon and Happy New Year, members of the Senior Services Committee. Great to see you all. Just a very brief update regarding the Senior Center proceedings. As you know, hopefully you know, we have received the Community Development Block Grant funding for $750,000. That was an award that came through HUD, through the state. And then we have also learned that we received the bond funding for the state during the election in November. So that's exciting. All our funds have been awarded that we were looking for. What we need now are the grant agreements for the bond funding. They will be selling the bonds in April of this year. So we are hoping to receive the agreements shortly thereafter from Aging and Long-Term Services with Barbara Romero. And as soon as we receive that, then we can move forward. The Community Development Block Grant funding from the state is of course already in place, and they are anxious for us to start to extend those funding sources. But we met earlier this week with the local government division, and they have agreed to wait until we receive these other funds before we start construction. Otherwise, we'd have to have two different projects, and of course it would cost a lot more to mobilize and so forth. So we are very glad and grateful to the state for local government division for allowing us to wait for a little bit so we can get the money from Aging and Long-Term Services. But we're on track as we predicted so far, and everything is going okay. So back to you, Madam Chair. Thank you.
All right. That is fantastic news. And could you repeat again the date that you think construction will actually start?
I'm hoping that construction would start in maybe July. As soon as we have to have all these documents in hand, and as soon as we receive those, then we can go out for bid for the project. But that can take at least 60 days and maybe more. It may be late summer, fall by the time we get that going. Hopefully, that will not be the case. What we are going to do, and agreed with the state when we met with them earlier on in the week, was that we would share our design plans with all the groups that we need to, so we can get approval at the state level for the designs and make sure that they're all ready to go. So as soon as these documents come in with the funding for the bonds, that we can start going out for construction.
Okay. Do we have any business besides?
Oh, excuse me, Donna.
Yes.
Claire, how long do they anticipate the construction for phase 1 to take?
I'm estimating it'll be about 18 months to a year, about 18 months to 2 years, maybe. Hopefully no more than 18 months. We need to expend those funds, the CDBG funds, within 2 years or so. So I'm hoping that we can get it done a little bit faster than that. But I always like to err on the side of caution, with the government construction work.
Thank you.
All right. Good question, Constance. Thank you. So do we have any new business before we go on for our reports? I am not aware of any, but is there anything out there that is new? All right. Hearing nothing, here from our reports. So first one is ARP. Shelley? You got a tax study? ARP for tax aid?
Yeah. Okay, we're having to do a totally different season this year. We're combining Baxter and Roy Walker at Roy Walker. There will be no basic in-person, well, goodness, of all times. We're having to combine everything this year at Roy Walker. We will have 2 sections. We will do a morning and an afternoon session. We'll set appointments between 9 and 11 and 1 and 2:30. We're going to be appointment only. If any of you've seen we've got newspaper ads. We've been running radio ads. We've tried to get everything posted on all the places where people will see the information, because in January they can call Baxter Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays between 9 and noon, and we will have someone there making appointments. Otherwise, in February, they'll have to call. We have a Google Voice number for them to call and leave a message. We know we will still get people just walking in or trying to. We just last week got approved for a drop-off method. AARP and IRS have been very adamant before this that we never kept any original documents on site, that when the people left, those documents had to go with them. With COVID and everything the way it's going on, they're allowing us to do a drop-off system also, where they drop off their paperwork and then they come back. We will call them at a later date and they can come back and pick up their stuff and their tax return. So we're hoping that'll really help a lot of our walk-in low-income people. A lot of our seniors are used to making appointments because they were going over to Baxter. So if anyone needs information on that, they can either get a hold of me or Barbara's got it. And I do have more posters if anybody needs them. And we're going to have all the COVID stuff. They won't actually be sitting across from our preparers anymore. We're kind of doing what we call a car hop. They will come in the door, hand us their paperwork, and then they'll go wait in their car. And after we are done, we will go to their car and take them their paperwork and have them sign. So hopefully it's going to work out good. It'll be a little hectic the first couple of weeks, but I think it'll work out okay. Any questions? Thank you.
Have you ever had to talk, when a person comes in with their paperwork and they in the past had sat down in front of you, didn't the tax preparer often may have a question to clarify an issue or writing or something? I mean, how do
We
you
will just call them on the phone,
Okay.
their cell phone. We're trying to let them all know and say, okay, you get a phone call. Even if you don't recognize the number, you have to answer the phone. Some do and some don't, but if they don't, then a lot of times we'll just go out to the car and find them and find, the answer. But most of the time it doesn't, we don't have too many questions,
Okay.
especially if they're returning clients.
Yeah. Well, I hope if you have to go out to the car, then we've got good weather for you.
Yeah, that's up to Jeff. He's one of the car hops.
Okay. All right. Are there any questions for Shelley before we move on? All right. Hearing none. Senior Services, Barbara.
Hello, everyone, again. So just a couple of things. Brenda Hankins has retired, which I know a lot of you probably already know. She was with the city for 20 years, program coordinator. And so in December, she retired. We do have that position as an open position. I've had several interviews and have kind of narrowed it down to a couple of candidates. So we're just kind of waiting for some reference checks and stuff. Another thing is we have the non-medical pilot transportation driver position open. I know probably about a year ago, I had mentioned that we were going to be starting this non-medical pilot transportation, mainly between here and Portales. So we've been waiting with COVID. Everything kind of got pushed back. The bus just arrived last week. So the bus is on site now, and so we're waiting to get a driver hired, and then of course we have to do training. I have spoke with 3 different dialysis here in Clovis, and they do have patients who are in Portales that will be able to utilize this program. He has a couple. One facility has at least 3 in the afternoon, 3 days a week, and so we're really hoping that once we get everything kind of in place, we can start filling up that bus and getting back and forth from here to Portales, and then we'll just kind of see from there. So that driver position is open as well. Other than that, we have a lot of activities. Everything that we're doing is virtual. So we're doing everything either Google Meet or Facebook Live. So we've started a virtual exercise on Google Meet Monday, Tuesday, actually the entire week, but Tuesday and Thursday is a dance class. And so that class kind of started off with about 2 ladies, and we are really starting to grow. I think there's about 5 or 6 that are attending that class now. Sandy is doing bingo 3-4 times a week now. She's doing 2 sessions with some of our adults with disabilities and 2 sessions just regular bingo. We've also started like a basic Spanish bingo virtual. And so all of those activities are really, really picking up. So, with all this that has been going on for the last 9-10 months, we've really had to start thinking of different ways to reach some of our seniors. In December, we mailed out 1,000 postcards to residents of, or actually some of our seniors that we had in our files. So we've received lots of feedback from those postcards. We had several of our new exercise people were from those postcards. And so we're planning on starting to do that at least every quarter, maybe sooner if we see that's going good. We're going to be mailing out those postcards. So other than that, we're just trying to stay busy and trying to stay engaged with our seniors.
Thank you very much. Sounds great. And now back to the Current Activity Center. Who's reporting on that?
Jeff Green.
You're muted, Jeff.
Yes. Where are we?
The reporting on the Baxter Current activity.
Well, we're still closed, of course, so we're not getting a whole lot of things done. Uh, we have people that go over there every day of the week to just check on the building, make sure everything is going good. I had a report of a roof leak. So I went over there yesterday and found that the roof had leaked and had eaten up one of the tiles in the ladies' bathroom by Brenda's old office. I cleaned that up. I contacted Reed Roofing. They're supposed to call me back, and so I'll get them in there to look at it and see what it's going to take to get it fixed.
I thought I read somewhere that somebody is doing a Trivial Pursuit game. It was Carl Korf doing a Trivial Pursuit in the parking lot or something.
Well, he did, but I don't think he's doing it in the parking lot.
Oh, okay.
So if I can speak on that, Donna, prior to probably September, we were able to do some parking lot activities. But when the current health order went into effect, that limited us to have any activities in the parking lot. So that's when we basically started doing everything virtual. Carl Korf did try to do, he was doing some Trivial Pursuit in the parking lot a couple of different times and was starting to get good turnout. However, at that time is when we had to revise and shut down that activity.
Okay. Thank you, Jeff.
You're welcome.
Any more comments for Jeff or questions before we move on to the next person? All right, La Casa Senior Center. Who do we have here for La Casa? David.
Good afternoon, Donna. This is David. And yes, we like Baxter are still shut down as far as activities go. We're not able to do any of that, but we do continue to provide transportation services, and that is continued to be used. In fact, Barbara, if we can assist you in any way once you begin transporting from Portales, we'll work with you on that. I don't know if you're gonna need us. If you do, we're here. And we can certainly pitch in whatever way we can. In fact, we can help in Portales picking up patients, getting them to a central point, and then you can pick them up there and get them back over here for their dialysis or whatever. It'll save some time and get us all involved in making sure we can and provide that assistance. One of the biggest things we're working on now is getting our seniors signed up for the COVID vaccine. Last week we began calling everyone that was on our roster and getting them to let us know whether or not they were interested in getting the vaccine. If they were, we gave them the directions to do so. If they needed assistance, we are providing that assistance. That assistance is in the form of a phone assistance. They're giving us their information. We're entering it onto the website so that they can get registered to get their vaccine. Our meeting yesterday with the non-metro area agency on aging dealt mostly with the vaccine and their efforts to get it out to our seniors. So they have contracted with a pharmacist who is going out to the various communities and administering this vaccine. So we are going to send them our numbers and get them over here to Clovis and Portales and get our seniors vaccinated as quickly as possible. I don't know what the timeline is on that. My understanding is that they were prioritizing it based on the red to green thing and the severity of the COVID issues in the various counties. If that's the case, that we might see them get here sooner than later. But I do know that we live in the eastern part of the state, and we're often forgotten, and so we may have to yell and scream before they come out of here. But we're going to do what we can to get them there. So my question is to the rest of us is, what are we doing to make sure our seniors have that access to get that vaccine and are signing up? Because we're only covering a certain percentage of the population, and there's a larger population of seniors, and just wondering what we're going to do to make sure that they are registering, and if they need help, get the help they need to register for that vaccine.
My question is, last thing I saw, I've seen two things in recent days. One is the way they're kind of phasing it in, and that the people who are most vulnerable are going to the front of the line, which is certainly appropriate in my mind. And then the other benchmark I've seen, those who are over 75 So when you say, Dave, that you're helping or you're trying to get as many seniors taken care of as possible, I'm assuming that you're having to deal within those constraints, vulnerability and age.
Yes and no. I think if you've taken a look at the registration form that they have to fill out, that's taken into account as they fill out that registration. And so it does ask that question as to, excuse me, sorry about that. Let me get this call real quick and I'll get right back on. Good afternoon, it's David. How may I help you?
One of my friends
Who am I?
told me that his wife went
I'm
down to
on the
Lovington
Zoom
to
call
get it.
right now on the meet.
I don't understand why she had to travel all the way to Lovington to get the shot and you can't get it here.
I saw something in my email this morning that popped in from a Sanford group looking to give vaccines. Has anybody seen anything about that? Something from Sanford ME?
I haven't.
Okay, what's happening, like what you said there, Jeff, is I think that those, like the hospital, Norley Hospital there has ordered their vaccines, they're giving them out, and they have extra because, you know, there's a shelf life to that vaccine, and they don't want to put it to waste. So if they vaccinated everybody that they have signed up and they still have some left over, they're going to call people in to get it done. We're doing the same thing at La Casa. We've got vaccines that were given to us to administer to staff, but we've had opportunities to extend that out to others, and we've got like a waiting list that we call and bring them in if they can come in, so that we don't lose that vaccine
Well, I
because
mean,
there's a
that's
shelf
great,
life.
and I agree with that, David. That's awesome. But for somebody from Lovington to call Clovis and tell them to come down there and get it, that doesn't
Hey,
make
I hear
any
you.
sense.
There, people are going to do what they have to do. I mean, that's probably
Well,
some
no,
relative that's
yeah, I
concerned.
understand that.
But we've done the same thing here, and that's why I'm saying we're going to do. My understanding is that they need to be registered into the website. That's why we're doing that. But we're going to provide the state AAA with the numbers that we have ready to vaccinate, and they're going to send somebody down to our center and make that happen. That's my understanding. They're already doing that up north, have done it in several communities, and we're waiting our turn to make that happen. We'll be sending our information in this afternoon.
Cool.
And we've been sharing the information on the city's Facebook site and the website as to where to go to register, David. And of course, we are working with our emergency management department, who is actually, even as we speak, on a call with various agencies in town to try and figure this out. I believe one of the agencies, one of the pharmacies here in town, Roden Smith, has got about 2,500 vaccines that they want to start giving out next week in a mass vaccination. They are signing people up, and currently I believe have about 600 people signed up to get vaccinated. So, and I believe that you guys, you can't join with, you can't go to one central area, correct, David? You have to do it at your own location. That's what I've been told. Is that right?
We're going to send. I'm not sure. What do you mean by going to a central area?
They're talking about having a mass vaccination point. They were talking about having it at the Civic Center, but I understand it's now going to Marshall, I believe, next week. But I was told earlier on today that you guys can't all partner together to go and give injections, vaccinations at one location.
I'm not aware of that effort, and I'm not sure if that answer was given. I can check into it.
Roden Smith are doing this. And if you're with Roden Smith, or if you want to sign up there to get on that list, you could do so. And as soon as I find out some more information, I can push that out to you, Barbara. I don't know if you're tracking it.
Do you know which vaccine they're getting?
I think it's Moderna.
Moderna.
In case we get to eventually hold 50+ Olympics again.
All right. Thank you very much. And now for the RSVP.
Madam Chair?
Yes, yes.
If I may, just to let you know, Melinda, and just for the board's information too, the City of Clovis has hired a new Parks and Recreation Director.
Okay.
Their name is Hawk, Hawk, Scott. the 5th. And he is joining us from the city of El Paso. He has several years of experience, or many years of experience in parks and recreation and sporting activities. He is an extremely driven, motivated a gentleman who is joining the city team, and we're very excited to welcome him on the 25th of January. So I'm sure that you'll be hearing from him, Melinda, in due course.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for that information, Claire.
Thank you, Claire. All right, so Melinda, are you finished with your report?
Yes, I am.
All right, so RSVP and FGP. So who's reporting that?
Madam Chair, Suzanne was not able to join us today, so she asked me to read the report for her, if I may.
Yes, please go ahead.
All the senior centers that serve as volunteer stations remain closed, although we do have volunteers who are serving the centers by checking the security of the buildings, provided maintenance and cleaning services, and attending board meetings virtually. The volunteer stations providing services are AARP tax assistants, who will prepare tax returns this year by appointment only. Meals on Wheels and Charisma Millside are still delivering meals. The food pantry at Bread of Life is still in operation. Other volunteers are delivering newsletters, PPE, and gift bags, providing transportation to pay bills, to the grocery store, pharmacy, etc. Our call companions are still calling people and therefore reducing their sense of isolation, while others are providing comfort and support to their neighbors by running errands, emptying trash, providing a homemade meal, and collecting their mail. They so far have made approximately 300 calls, with 217 of those calls documented on paper. And of course, the Needle Gang of Baxter Curran is still crocheting items for donations. We have distributed at least 100 items to local nonprofit and nursing homes. The result of COVID-19 pandemic continues to result in senior volunteer hours to decrease substantially, although they have donated approximately 2,750 hours during this fiscal year, which began July 1st. Presently, there is approximately 50% of volunteers currently serving during this time. We anticipate this number will increase as the year 2021 progresses. And for the foster grandparent update, volunteers are still not allowed into the schools right now, so our foster grandparents have not returned to serve in the classroom yet. Right now we have 11 foster grandparents. Meanwhile, during this time, as they wait to go back in, AmeriCorps, our federal grantor, has authorized an extension of what they call temporary allowance stipend payments for incumbent foster grandparents until January 31st. The temporary allowance amount for each foster grandparent is not a full amount, but an average amount based on hours of service paid in the previous school year. Foster grandparent. During this time, while we are waiting to re-enter the schools, we'll continue with meetings and in-service in small groups of no more than 5. We have 2 activities that are currently in progress for our foster grandparents. One is videotaping our grandmas and grandpas reading storybooks from the Imagination Library, which is sponsored by Curry County, which will be distributed to the school they serve. And social media and the other activities is training us on use of Chromebooks and basic computer skills. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you very much. And that brings us down to for the good of the order. Is there anything anyone like to bring up or clarify before we consider adjourning?
Hello, everyone. It's Constance.
Yes.
Hi. I just wanted to let everybody know a little bit of updates with me. I am Senator Lujan's representative on the eastern side of the state. I'm going to be the state lead on mental health and also aging and long-term services, which falls right in line with this group. And so I just wanted to let y'all know, you're talking about the vaccines and stuff. I was actually reading an article in the Clay County Sun regarding Tucumcari and their lack of getting vaccines. And I'm going to make contact with Hillary Caron. She's our DC counterpart, or she's my DC counterpart, to talk with her about what's going on with vaccines over here to make sure that we're getting what we need out here. So if anybody wants to, everybody knows my cell phone number. I just got my email set up today with my phone, and I'm going to send out a greetings letter to everybody. I'll make sure that I send it out to both Claire and to Barbara, and they can send it out to everybody. But you know, there's so much that, you know, has to happen, and that's, you know, opportunities for different things. But like I said, I just wanted to let y'all know that I am on the Senate side now, and if you need anything, please reach out to me. I'd love to do constituent service presentation for any organization that you may be connected with. There's so much that we can do with regards to constituents and trying to address things. And like I said, some stuff, casework leads to legislation, and I really, really just want to help you out if you need help. So please let me know. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Constance. Is there anyone else who wants something to add?
Madam Chair, if I may, members of the Senior Services Committee, Constance, congratulations for that with Senator Lujan. Looking forward to working with you in that capacity. But I also want to let you know that we're working with Clay County and Roosevelt County and I believe Tobacco County on the potential to do a feasibility study for a mental health facility in our area. So as more information comes out, I will let you know.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Clara. I'll get back with you.
Is there anyone who has anything to add? All right. With that, I'll ask for a move to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
All right. Constance has moved to adjourn. Is there a second? Second to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Melinda seconds to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed?
Aye.
All right. Well, then this meeting is ended here at 3:49. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.